Hey everybody, Rob Gothier here, the ET Whisperer. How you guys doing? First I wanted to say, hey you guys, hope you guys are doing well, hope everything's doing great in your lives. Secondly, I wanted to come in and share this new video. We're going to be putting up a Metatron channeling. I haven't done Metatron publicly for a long time, and it's because each time I do, there's huge transitions that happen in my life. And even though I could always use a change towards the positive. It's a very structured energy. For example, the last time I started channeling Metatron, I started feeling the need to work out, to change my diet, to do more work, to do a lot of different things. And that chaotic nature of my life with the kids and everything that was going on in the last couple of years, I couldn't bring myself to do that and get that energy started back in my life. It was already hectic enough and I didn't want to go crazy. So, first of all, also, I'm going to be showing some pictures of people who had purchased shirts and hoodies from our merch shop. I wanted to show you pictures because everyone was excited to share their pictures on Facebook with me. So I decided I wanted to share it here with you guys just as I'm bringing in the video. But despite the intense nature of change that did happen, it's time. My energy has been accepting that things have changed and energy of our work is increased and the free time is increased and ability to put out this information has just been more increased. So I wanted to bring in Metatron. Now this Metatron video is a short video, but there is some pretty good stuff I think for early level Metatron people who are just getting recently exposed to the Metatron energy through my own channeling. So I wanted to bring this out to the front and show you guys. Now the reason the camera work might be a little funny is because we shot this on 2 cameras and the camera that was pointing towards me ended up not being able to be used for the footage. Luckily we still had the audio, so we're going to use this and hopefully, as weird as it is to see me not looking at you, that's why, because I was actually looking at the original camera first. But we decided to use it anyway because it was worth it. But either way, we just wanted to get this out. We wanted to share the Metatron energy with you, reintroduce some of you who haven't heard him for a while, or introduce him for the first time for a lot of you who have just come in the last year or so due to Interview with Ed. Some of you might not have even known I channeled Metatron energy. So here's Metatron, guys. Enjoy the recording. Hopefully you loved all of our beautiful people who had bought the shirts. And if you want to know more about our merchandise, about the event we have coming up on September 11th and 12th, or if you want to know more about our Patreon portal, we're going to be doing some of that at the end of our video. So please hang in to the end of it. If you want to hear about any of those things, we love you guys, and we'll see you on the other side. Greetings and salutations. We are Metatron. We come here to walk you through the center of the circle. And what is the center of each circle? The center of the circle represents the middlemost point of energy. Zero energy. Zero center energy. Much of you understand this, some of you who don't. Imagine yourself in the center of a circle looking outward in all directions, the same exact measurement and metric in which brings you to the edge is exactly the same from every point to where you are, the center. Many of you have fallen out of the center in the last 2 years of the cycle of non-centeredness that occurred. This is a reason
we were not able to be channeled in this specific way as the part of Metatron who speaks of centralized consciousness. Much of you had to experience this non-centralized consciousness in order to understand who you were. If what you know is the exact center, and that is the truest you that is available, then all consciousness outside of this is a non-true version of yourself. How many of you have realized the truth of who you are more now than ever before? We imagine that the majority of you who have found your center find it because you have been out of that balance for long enough. You see the state of affairs around you, the way that other humans may behave or react to the same experience that you are going through, and see it through such different lensing. That lensing becomes a feeling of discomfort itself. Knowing that others can see the same thing that you're seeing and see it in a drastically different way makes no sense to you. Bewilders a great portion of you. And now you understand that your truth is more than it ever was before. Truth feels as if it's a finite energy in some instances, and feels like it's a level and field of potentiality to others. Yet the potentiality in the center for yourself is in fact finite as well. There are levels of this energy that you walk through in order to find yourself, and those levels are only allowed to play out to a certain degree of your life experience. Yes, there are infinite feeling directions for your consciousness to go, 360 degrees and breaking micro degrees down. Their feeling is infinite, but yet there's still a finite version of life that you can experience. Some of you are born into a lifestyle that creates personality around you. That personality is exempt from going outside of the boundaries of the personality field to that human being. Yet you can change your personality and change the sphere of your probabilities. And those probabilities changing as much as your own consciousness is from moment to moment, again feels as if it's unlimited through the field of potentiality and timelines that you walk. Yet no matter what portion of consciousness you decide to enact upon yourself, there's still only a finite version of potentiality for your version of you. You can walk through life changing those versions of yourself so frequently that potentiality never can run out. In fact, most of you have a version of this at least every 5 to 10 years, where the person that you knew 5 years before was so different from the person that you know in that moment, the potentiality seems completely changed, and it is for most of you. Understand that as much as your consciousness shifts, your body also shifts that direction. Every cell that's in your body never existed 5 years and 10 years previous. Every conscious thought that exists now, only portions of them existed years before. If you change the you that you are and change the potentiality, how can you find the center? We want you to understand the mechanism and importance of the center. The mechanism of the center changes with your ever-changing energy of potentiality, of your ever-changing focus and shifting consciousness. We know that that focus shifts within you due to the experiences around you. But when you find the true version of yourself, no matter what changes around you, you'll have the same center of consciousness. Interacting with that consciousness will in fact change from moment to moment, and the potentiality will feel unlimited. But the finite version of those outcomes are always going to be depending upon your own interaction with it. Finite versions of how you can interact will also be depending on the finite version of answers you can produce inside of yourself, and those are always finite in the human expression of human life and earth life. You live the life to your greatest excitements, or allow the greatest sadnesses, depressions, and failures fill up more of your life than those exceptional, loving, and understanding wins that you have in your daily experience. Yet when you come through that one tough moment and it shifts you temporarily or permanently, it stays with you. And it stays with you because the timelines that you shift on, as small a degree as they can be, are also tied together. Time is a hard thing to understand from the human perspective because you only perceive it linearly. But this also gives you a great advantage over many other entities in the universe. It gives you the advantage to set your own clarity in the moment, reset your clarity in the past, and reset that clarity in the future. We will teach you how to reset your past and future clarity now. Memories are your revisiting to the past. When you remember an experience, you can also bring that memory of the emotion with it. Try to stay away from that just temporarily. Remember what that emotion did to you mentally. Remember what it did to you emotionally. Remember the experience and the vividness that it impacted your life. Then you can see clarity in that moment. Then you can revisit the emotions. At the time you revisit those emotions, bring new emotions of sympathy, bring new emotions of support and love, and bring new emotions of unconditional forgiving. You have to be able to forgive the past of yourself. You have to bring love to that part of yourself, or it never can be healed. The unexplored timelines are one beautiful way to revisit the future. As you understand, timelines are infinite. Try to link to the highest probable reality. Take the goals in your life that you feel you're making headway on. Take the goals in your life you feel you are doing well, and project yourself that far into the future to see the goal met. Feel the feelings and emotions. Feel the responsiveness of that energy. What it can tell you is that in the moment you achieve it, you are not as happy as you thought. This gives you time for clarity and to change the reflection and change trajectory on that timeline to a new one. If that moment feels better than you ever thought it would, it gives you indications on clarity and also teaches you how to shift that timeline. We speak to you all from that center point of our own consciousness in desire that you find your center of consciousness, knowing that you desire to achieve happiness and knowing that you desire to achieve great expansion in your lifetime will always help you bring yourself back towards the center of that consciousness. We share our own center with you so that you may find yours. We also share ours for the example of the feeling of centeredness. We are Metatron. All of you have the capacity to tap into us. Even if we are not the archetype of consciousness that you chose in your life, you are accessible to us and we are accessible to you. Feel our energy. We expand our energy to the point of the entire planet in this transmission so that you can feel. Take the time now to feel. Breathe the breath. What does it tell you about yourself as you feel? We are Metatron, and that center is our love to you. The love that we have is our center, and it is given for that expression for you to know where to find it in yourself. It is a gift, and is a part of us being a part of all of you. We radiate the signal now and forever so that all of you may know the energy of Metatron if you desire. All of you can expand in to that level of Metatron if you desire. Hey everybody, this is Rob Gauthier. I wanted to take some time to talk about our master channeling class that's coming up on September 11th and 12th. We're spending 2 4-hour days with everybody. We're going to teach them all the channeling that I know, how to channel, how to connect. We're also going to be troubleshooting the most common problems in channeling, regardless if you're a written channeler, a verbal channeler, a trance channeler, a conscious channeler, all the types of channeling you can think of. We're going to talk about the most common issues, blocks, and difficulties with those, troubleshoot those with you. We're also going to be bringing Treb and Artif in to share their own perspective each day. So it's really going to be an amazing event. And we're doing this online through Eventbrite. When you pay for the thing, you'll be able to get the links out the day of. You'll be able to get the information out through your email, and it's all done through Eventbrite. So it's very easy. You just sign up for Eventbrite, use your email, make the payment, and you'll get it all set up, guys. It'll be a wonderful event. We really would like everyone to come there because we're going to be doing participation with audience interaction. We're charging $44 for 2 days. It's 8 hours throughout both days, 4 hours each day. It's a hugely cheap price. We did that just because we know we're just coming back in. We're just getting restarted again, and we wanted to give this energy to as many people as possible because learning to channel is the future. And teaching people how to channel has been a huge excitement of mine because I want everyone to have their own conscious connections. We really enjoy teaching channeling. Me and Kalina have done it for years, and it's really going to be a great, exciting moment for all of us to share. We want to thank all of you guys who are going to be a part of it, all of you who don't. If you're not willing or able to be at the channeling, we're going to probably end up selling the class later and eventually sharing it for free a year or two down the road probably. But until then, you guys can enjoy it at the event, buying a recording afterwards. Everyone who participates will also get a recording of that session so that you guys are able to listen back to the classes. That way you can take the techniques and learn them at your own speed. We love you guys. Thanks for your support. I blabbled on too much about this. I just wanted to make a quick promo video for this because I know a lot of people are going to want to be a part of this, and we're really excited. We've had a lot of signups already, and we hope that we get more. You guys will love enjoying the group atmosphere of connecting with other people who are excited about that too. Number one thing in our community that's missing is a sense of community. We really appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the 11th and 12th of September. We love you guys, and see you on the other side.